Resources and population. The relationship between resources and population has always been one of the most important concerns for human societies. Resources are the basic necessities of life, such as food, water, energy, minerals, and land, while population refers to the number of people living in a particular region or on the entire planet. As population increases, the demand for resources also rises, but the availability of natural resources is limited. This imbalance creates serious challenges for sustainable living. Understanding the connection between population growth and resource consumption is essential for building a secure and prosperous future. Resources are the foundation of human survival and development. Without food and water, life cannot exist. Without energy, industries cannot run, and without minerals, modern technology is impossible. Resources can be divided into two types: renewable and non-renewable. Renewable resources such as solar energy, wind, and forests can be naturally replenished if managed wisely. Non-renewable resources such as coal, oil, and natural gas are finite, and once consumed, they cannot be replaced in the same form. This difference makes resource management crucial in dealing with growing populations. The global population has increased rapidly over the past century. In 1900, the world's population was about 1.6 billion. Today, in 2025, it has reached more than 8 billion. This dramatic increase has placed immense pressure on natural resources. Every person requires food, water, shelter, clothing, and energy to survive. When billions of people demand these things at once, the strain on resources becomes severe. For example, agriculture needs fresh water, but with more population, water supplies are shrinking. Similarly, rising energy demand is leading to overconsumption of fossil fuels, which results in climate change. One of the major issues in the resources population debate is not only scarcity, but also unequal distribution. Some regions have abundant natural resources but a smaller population, while others have very high populations but limited resources. For example, countries in the Middle East have plenty of oil but lack fresh water. On the other hand, many South Asian countries, including India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, have very high populations but limited resources to support them. This imbalance creates poverty, hunger, and economic inequality. Overpopulation leads to several problems related to resources. Firstly, it causes deforestation as forests are cleared to make room for agriculture and housing. This destroys ecosystems and reduces biodiversity. Secondly, it creates water shortages since more people consume more water for drinking, farming, and industry. Thirdly, it leads to overfishing and depletion of marine life, threatening the balance of oceans. Fourthly, the excessive use of fossil fuels increases pollution and global warming. Moreover, land becomes overcrowded in big cities, creating housing shortages and poor living conditions. Although the challenges are great, solutions are possible if countries work together. Population growth can be managed by spreading awareness about family planning and education, especially in developing countries. Governments can encourage smaller families and provide health care to reduce high birth rates. On the resource side, the world must focus on renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydropower to reduce dependence on non-renewable fuels. Water conservation, recycling, and sustainable farming practices can help protect essential resources. Technology can also play a role. For example, modern farming methods can produce more food on less land. It is important to note that the problem is not just the number of people, but also the way people consume resources. Developed countries with smaller populations often use more resources per person than developing countries with larger populations. For example, one person in a highly industrialized country may consume 10 times more energy and water than someone in a poorer country. Therefore, adopting a balanced and eco-friendly lifestyle is as important as controlling population growth. The relationship between resources and population is delicate and vital for the future of humanity. While the Earth has enough resources to support life, the rapid growth of population and the misuse of resources have created an imbalance. If population growth continues without sustainable management, shortages, poverty, and environmental crises will increase. However, with proper planning, education, technology, and fair distribution, it is possible to maintain a balance between population and resources. The survival and progress of humanity depend on how wisely we use our resources and how responsibly we manage population growth. A sustainable future requires global cooperation, awareness, and a sense of responsibility from every individual.